My name is Michelle, I'm 30 years old. I got married 2 years ago and am currently enjoying a dual income, no kids lifestyle with my husband. That's what it seems like on the surface, but in reality, we've been struggling with infertility since we got married, and we've finally started undergoing fertility treatments. Despite my husband's frequent business trips, we're trying our best to start a new family together. Today, my sister, who reached out to me saying you must be bored, right, during my husband's business trip this weekend, and I managed to get a reservation at a high-end restaurant that's hard to book.
Are we okay here? Don't we stick out?
I whisper to my sister sitting across from me in the semi-private room. It's fine, you'd be surprised how many regular employees come here.
If you say so. But how did you manage to get us in?
My husband's got connections here. He heard they had a cancellation, so he suggested I take you. Your husband is such a sweetheart. Being the son of a big corporation's executive really makes a difference in kindness and everything else.
Hey, that's too much teasing.
Oh, sorry. As my sister and I were whispering, we overheard voices from the next booth.
To the new addition to our family, cheers! Next time, let's come with our baby, too.
The voices were clear enough to be heard on our side, and to my shock, I recognized my husband's voice. Listening intently, there was no mistaking it, it was indeed my husband's voice. Hey, isn't Isaac supposed to be on a business trip today? He said he wouldn't be back until the weekend.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. So, he lied to Michelle?
It seems so, given the reality we're facing.
Michelle, are you okay?
What do you mean?
I mean, the conversation we just overheard.
Well, if you're asking if I'm okay, I'm not.
And it was quite. I mean, really shocking content, wasn't it?
Yeah, something about a new family and a baby.
I heard it too. What's going on?
My sister and I looked at each other, unable to hide our confusion. The cheerful voices from the next booth continued, oblivious to our turmoil. I can't believe there's such a wonderful man at my workplace. I'm incredibly lucky. Feel the same way. To think a kind and feminine woman like Mina would approach me. I was over the moon.
Isaac, you're not old at all.
Well, to someone in their early 20s, a guy over 30 and married might seem old, right? I never once thought of you as old, Isaac. From the moment we met, I thought you were incredible. I couldn't believe someone like you would be interested in me. I've always thought you're cute since the first time I saw you.
Really?
Yeah. Even more than your wife?
Of course.
Your wife, she's really beautiful, you know.
Yeah,
have you seen a picture? Yeah.
Well, sure, she looks good. But a woman with such a strong, dominating pride, there's no comfort in that. Mina, you're much cuter. I'm glad. And above all, you're carrying my child. There's nothing happier than that.
You didn't want a child with your wife? Not really. The thought of raising a child with her is just depressing. Really? Absolutely. Seriously. Mina, you're gonna stay home after we get married, right? Of course. I have to take care of the home for the person I love and our child. That's right. I always wanted a woman to stay home and take care of the family. That's impossible with my wife. In that sense, it's great Mina is pregnant with my child. Couldn't have a child with her, and that turned out for the best. But your wife, she's been going to fertility treatments, right? Yeah, for over a year now, and still nothing. No chance there. So, you're gonna be with me? Make me your wife? Mina, are you sure about this? Huh? You're okay with someone like me? There isn't someone else, is there?
No. There's no one else. All I can think about is you, Isaac. So please, make me your wife soon?
I'll try to make it happen as soon as possible. I'll use infertility as a reason to ask for a divorce from her.
Really? You're serious?
Do you think I'd lie?
I couldn't imagine that. So, I'm really going to become Isaac's wife?
Of course, I'll start moving on it as soon as I can, so wait for me. Okay, I'll be waiting, with our baby.
I'm really looking forward to it. Wonder if it's a boy. A girl?
We don't know the gender yet. Maybe we'll find out next month if it's early. I'm really looking forward to it. Never thought I'd become a dad so soon after meeting Mina. Maybe we're really compatible? What, you mean like that kind of compatibility? What do you mean that kind of? Well, if you say that kind, it's that kind. The adorable, smitten Mina I get to see, that kind.
No way. Stop it. We're eating.
But you like it, don't you?
Well, yes, but...
Listening quietly with my sister, we couldn't help but were uncomfortable expressions as we were subjected to their vividly inappropriate affair revelations.
Michelle, are you really okay?
What do you mean?
What do I mean? The content is too much to bear listening to.
I'm okay. At this point, after hearing all that, I've moved past sadness to disdain and anger. That makes sense. And look here. I pointed towards the window at the side of the semi-private room. Huh? Since it's a semi-private room, the wall by the window isn't completely sealed. So, I placed a voice recorder there.
What? Why do you have that?
I went to a lecture for work a while back, brought it to record the speech to make a report. It was a long lecture, so I thought I'd miss something. Wow, that's some solid work, high-pride wife. Shut it. It's better to have pride than not, right? Well, yeah. If that's how he wants to play it, I'm playing it that way too. Now that it's come to this, I'll see it through to the end. Got it, I'll help too. Huh? I can help, right? In many ways. Yeah, you're right. I can't just stand by while my sister gets treated like that by such a jerk. Thanks. Anyway, as irritating as the voices next door are, let's eat for now as a form of perseverance. Ah, a rallying meal, then.
Right. Look, the dish is here. Yay, let's dig in.
Truth be told, I was shocked. There have been ups and downs, but to find out my husband was cheating. Yet, beyond the shock, I let the overwhelming emotions take over, and for now, indulged in the exquisite meal.
Delicious. Indeed. They ordered the best course for us here, let's enjoy it. Your husband is really nice.
As we ate, I pondered. Now, what to do? That expression must have been clear to my sister sitting across from me. We both grinned and simultaneously brought it to our mouths. A month later, the day finally came. I'm home. My husband's faint voice could be heard as he stepped into the living room from the entrance. Welcome back. What's wrong? Huh? Did something happen? You get it? Well, yeah. Actually. I got transferred.
What? Transferred?
Yeah, it's sudden but...
Where to?
Huh?
Where are you being transferred to?
Alaska.
Alaska? They have a sales department there?
Oh, no, as a salesperson at the branch. Wait, is this a demotion? My husband, who had been nervous from the start, shook his shoulders and darted his eyes around at my question. I couldn't help but burst into laughter, unable to stop.
You. Why are you laughing? Your husband is being sent away to the sticks. How can you laugh so much?
Because it's too funny. Demoted because of an affair scandal.
What?
What?
Did you just say affair?
I did. You were demoted to the sticks because of your affair. I'm not wrong, am I? The look on my husband's face, as if he was hearing broken Japanese, made me burst into laughter again. Oh, hilarious. Stop making that face like a pigeon hit by a pea shooter.
But, how do
I know you've been having an affair with a worker?
What?
Mina, your company's worker, right? Oh, should I say was? She got fired because of the affair.
How do you know that?
Accused of infidelity and you don't even bother with an excuse to your wife.
Oh,
Well, any excuse now would just be pathetic.
why?
Huh?
Why do you even know about the affair, let alone her name?
It seemed like my husband's brain couldn't keep up with the overload of information. His eyes were darting around. Reluctantly, or rather, with a bit of glee, I decided to reveal a little bit at a time. Yeah. We happened to be at the place. Celebrating with you guys.
Huh?
Didn't notice? Next to your semi-private room. My sister and I were eating.
What? Seriously?
My brother-in-law made a reservation for his lonely sister-in-law during my husband's weekend trip. Unlike some husbands sneaking around with another woman. My husband turned away, his face sour as if he had bitten into a bitter bug. While we're at it, why don't you call her here too? I'll reveal it bit by bit.
How could I do that?
You don't have a choice, do you?
What?
There's something you need to tell me, right? Seemingly grasping something from my words, my husband reluctantly took out his smartphone and started contacting the woman. 30 minutes later, the doorbell echoed in the silent living room. My husband checked the monitor and unlocked the entrance's auto lock. She's pretty familiar with this place, huh?
What?
She came as if it's natural, without even needing the address.
Yeah.
Well, I knew that.
Huh?
The monitor has a recording function.
Oh.
Every time, coming in so confidently, I was shocked. With a look of exasperation, my husband awkwardly avoids my gaze. The doorbell rang just then, and he hurried to answer it. Soon, my husband returned to the living room, the woman in tow, both wearing awkward expressions. Nice to meet you, I'm Michelle. I greeted the woman with a bright smile and a nod. She bowed her head in return, but her smile was so forced it was unnatural. No need to pretend to be something you're not.
What?
You think you're more suited to be his wife than I am, don't you? Right, Mina? The woman, now making the same stunned face as my husband had earlier, froze in front of me. The ridiculousness of the situation made me burst into laughter once more.
What are you laughing at? What do you mean no need to pretend?
Sorry. It's just too funny how you two are reacting exactly as I expected.
Expected what?
Exactly as expected. Sneaking around, thinking you're being discreet with your sleazy affairs, but actually, everyone knows except you two.
What?
Otherwise, you wouldn't be demoted because of an affair, right?
Demoted? What are you talking about?
What? You didn't know? This guy got demoted because of the affair scandal.
What? Isaac said it was a transfer.
Well, technically it is a transfer, but, come on, you should understand. You were fired because of the affair, right? Then it's obvious the same consequences would apply to him. Did you also tell her it was just a transfer to cover up the demotion?
So what if I did?
That's lame. My husband, looking guilty, turned away, while the woman, her face flushed with anger, seemed not only young but also lacking in thought in many ways, now taking my words at face value and lashing out simplistically.
So what? Isaac just didn't want to worry me by saying it. I'm gonna be Isaac's new wife. And since I'm going to be a wife, I can quit my job without any worries. You're just upset about that, aren't you?
I remember something like that. Planning to become a housewife supporting your loving husband, right? Can I just check something? Listen to this. What I showed them was a voice recorder.
What's this?
This is, well, a precious collection of your commemorative days conversations.
What?
Look, you went to that fancy place, right? Your very important conversations from that day. I'd like to hear it again if you don't mind, okay? Saying that, I placed the voice recorder in front of the two, frozen in place. Pressing play, the conversation from that day started to play. Mina will stay home after we get married, right?
Of course. I have to protect the home for the person I love and our child.
That's right. I always wanted a woman to stay at home and take care of the family. Impossible with my wife. In that sense, It's great Mina is pregnant with my child. Couldn't have a child with her, and that turned out for the best. But your wife has been going to fertility treatments, right? Yeah, for over a year now, and still nothing. No chance there.
So, you're gonna be with me? Make me your wife?
Are you sure about this, Mina? What? Are you okay with someone like me? There isn't someone else, is there?
No. There's no one else. All I can think about is you, Isaac. So please, make me your wife soon.
I'll try to make it happen as soon as possible. I'll use infertility as a reason to ask for a divorce from her.
Really? You're serious?
Do you think I'd lie?
I couldn't imagine that. So, I'm really going to become Isaac's wife?
Of course. I'll start moving on it as soon as I can, so wait for me.
Okay, I'll be waiting with our baby. I'm really looking forward to it. Wonder if it's a boy. A girl?
We don't know the gender yet. Maybe we'll find out next month if it's early. Glancing at the two, now pale from hearing their own conversation, I paused the voice recorder. So, did you find out the gender?
What?
The gender, you know. You said maybe next month you'd know. It's been a month since then, so I wondered if you found out.
It's a girl.
Wow. Good for you, Isaac. A cute little girl. You always said you wanted a girl, right?
Well, yeah.
So, what are you gonna do?
What do you mean?
What about us?
That is.
You mentioned divorce on that recorder, right?
What?
Oh, right. You also said this, didn't you? I turned the voice recorder back on, fast-forwarding to the relevant conversation. What if your wife resists the divorce? What? Because your wife has no clue, right? She's still trying with the fertility treatments. Well, she can live on her own. She's the type of woman who can work hard and survive without a child. Wow, she's trying hard for a child, you don't know her true feelings. If we've tried this much and can't have a child, it means she doesn't need one. And you, Isaac? I need one, that's why Mina and I are having a child.
So it was fate for Isaac and me to have a baby together?
Yeah, which means she and I weren't meant to be. No matter what she says or does, divorce is already decided. But
don't worry. Even if it means giving up all my assets, I'll definitely get a divorce.
So, I'll be taking all the assets then, thank you very much.
What?
You said it yourself, willing to give up everything for a divorce. You want a divorce that badly, right? Especially for such a selfish reason. So, you'll listen to my side, won't you? With that, my divorce from my husband was surprisingly straightforward. I had him sign the divorce papers, which I had already filled out my part of, and proceeded with a lawyer. Later on, our divorce was finalized. Afterward, my husband, or rather my ex-husband, was immediately transferred to Alaska. With the assets I received from the divorce, I bought one-room apartment near my parents' home. From time to time, my sister or my parents would visit, and friends would come over for meals or to stay the night. My new life was more fulfilling than I had imagined, not being tied down by anything. About a month after the divorce, I got a call from my ex-husband. Hello? What's up?
What's up? Do you even realize what you've done?
Huh?
You snitched about my affair to the company. I know you've been scheming against me.
He was yelling from the start. I put the phone on speaker and continued the conversation. Scheming?
You told the company about my affair. That's why I got transferred to Alaska. You're the worst.
Huh? Is that what the company told you?
Like the company would say that to me.
Then why are you saying I snitched?
Some colleagues who came to our wedding saw you visiting the company. Otherwise, there's no reason for you to come to my company.
Huh, so I was seen.
I'll never forgive you. I'm gonna sue you.
Go ahead and sue if you think you can. While it's true I visited your company, I didn't snitch.
What? Don't play dumb.
I'm not playing dumb. I was called to your company by the HR manager.
What? You were called to the company?
Yes. By your company's HR manager.
Huh?
Oh, didn't you know? Your company's HR manager is my sister's husband.
What? Your sister's husband?
Oh, you were too busy having an affair to notice the company announcements, huh? Caught off guard, my ex-husband went silent. I couldn't help but smirk at his reaction. I told you, we went to that place because of my brother-in-law's consideration. Then, my sister would report it to him, right? Everything that happened, in detail.
Huh?
For my sister, seeing her beloved sister hurt by her husband's affair was painful. She reported it while crying. Then my brother-in-law got angry. He was dispatched by the parent company's president for correction of corporate compliance. Actually, my brother-in-law's family owns a well-known major corporation. And my husband's company is one of their group companies. My sister talked to my brother-in-law about me, and he took charge of my husband's punishment.
Corporate compliance correction?
Yep. There were already rumors about shady employees in your company.
What?
Such things seriously undermine corporate order, don't they? It's a nuisance to other employees. And now, with your actions? My brother-in-law, as a representative of the owner company, couldn't let it slide. So, he called me, who had the evidence, to the company.
Evidence?
The voice recorder. It had everything, including you sneaking women into hotel rooms during business trips.
You played that for him?
He asked me to. I couldn't refuse.
That's a violation of privacy.
Huh? Talking about legal violations when you're the one who broke the law first?
What?
Adultery is a tort under civil law. I don't have to take anything you say seriously.
Screw you and your entire family.
Even saying that about my brother-in-law?
Of course. Calling an outsider like you to listen to recordings, that's not treating an employee properly. After all the hard work I've put in like a corporate slave. And then to be demoted to Alaska because of an affair, seriously, screw this.
That's right.
Huh?
Never thought the employee you defended would say such things, right?
Hey, you don't mean…
My ex-husband must have sensed the atmosphere through the phone. He was trying to gauge the situation with hesitant words. Hey there, Isaac. It's been a while since that time.
What, HR manager?
It's unfortunate our reunion has to be under these circumstances. I never thought I'd be told off by you like this.
What? No. It was just a joke. A joke. The sudden transfer to Alaska had me stressed, and I was just venting to her, who I thought would understand.
So, the stress brought out your true feelings? Is that it?
What?
People tend to reveal their true selves when they're cornered. I guess what you said earlier was your true feelings. Don't worry, I've taken it all in.
What? No.
But it's a shame. It seems my efforts didn't reach you at all.
What efforts?
That's right. On top of disrupting the company's morals with your affair, sneaking someone into a hotel during a business trip, using work trips as an excuse to go to hotels, and even engaging in inappropriate activities in the company's storage room and emergency stairs, huh?
What?
As long as there are people aware of it, denying the affair was difficult, but I managed to somewhat obscure the specific incidents and settled it with a transfer. It could have been a case for dismissal, but your brother-in-law helped arrange a transfer instead. If it was so tough that you were stressed, wouldn't dismissal have been better?
No. I never wished for dismissal.
But hey, what did you say to the HR manager just now?
That was… I never thought the manager would be there. Being dismissed is worse than hell. I've given up all my assets in the divorce, and she quit her job, so there's no income.
Sounds tough.
Right? So then…
But you knew that from the start, didn't you?
What?
You're the one who said you'd give me all your assets. We agreed on that after the transfer was decided. Complaining about it now doesn't really hold up, does it?
That's true, but…
The situation has changed a bit.
What? What do you mean?
Actually, your shady actions caught on the security cameras have been leaked by someone from another department.
What?
Initially, that wasn't our department's jurisdiction, and those videos are stored for a certain period. Once recorded, there's no telling when or how it could leak.
You said you'd take care of it, didn't you?
Come on, you think I have that kind of power? As my brother-in-law explained, the hidden matters were eventually exposed by someone else. Well, it was impossible to keep it hidden forever. He had barely managed to avoid dismissal, but it seems the consequences of their actions were destined to catch up with them.
So,
the company is reconsidering your punishment due to the unsuitable actions.
what? You're kidding, right?
Well, after all you've done, what goes around comes around. If you make others unhappy, it comes back to you. You've got to clean up your own mess.
That's...
So, are we done here?
What?
From now on, our ties are completely cut, so live happily with that woman you love so much. Goodbye. I could hear yelling from the other side of the phone, but it no longer mattered to me. With those final words, I ended years of connection. A few days later, I heard from my sister about my ex-husband's disciplinary dismissal. Basically, he was fired, huh? Well, yes. After doing all that shady stuff in the company and causing trouble. Really? That happened? It seems so. Apparently, that woman was two-timing my ex with another man in the company.
What?
Yeah, and it caused quite a stir in the company. He was too distracted by her to focus on his work. So, that's why he was taking her to hotels during business trips and outings? Maybe. Well, she seems to be the source of the trouble. Double timing, huh? No, not just that. What? She's been a temp worker for a while, but when she was a full-time employee, she got involved in an affair with her boss, got snitched on by his wife, and was fired. Since then, she's been hopping from one company to another, always causing male-related troubles. Really? Yeah. My husband got curious and looked into her. He was shocked that his brother-in-law got caught up with such a woman. I'm really sorry. Please apologize to your husband for me. No, Michelle, you did nothing wrong. It was good riddance to that jerk, in the end. Well, yeah. But it's stupid to lose so much over a woman who was playing two-timing games. Indeed. And if she was two-timing, that means the child might not even be his. Oh. Indeed. When I got tested during the fertility treatments, I was told I had no issues. Seriously, that could be a possibility. Well, whatever it is, it's not my problem anymore. In the end, it was my ex-husband who chose a woman like that, so it's his responsibility. Getting divorced from such a man might have been a lucky break for me. Right. You've become quite the catch since the divorce, Michelle. I wonder why. I heard divorced women are popular, but I never thought I'd be in such a situation. Still, be careful. There are definitely men who think a divorced woman is desperate. More than just a few, it feels like they're all just after one thing.
No way! If Michelle gets hurt again, I'd seriously cry.
That's true. My sister cried more than I did over this whole mess. I've always been close to my sister, but this incident brought us even closer. It made me realize how comforting and empowering it is to have someone who cries for you and stands by you.
Don't worry, next time I'll choose someone who makes you feel truly at ease. Really, do that. Oh. That reminds me. I've got a great guy in mind.
What?
Do you remember Nick?
Well, yeah. He's my ex-boyfriend from high school and college.
You loved him so much. You broke up because he was assigned overseas. Stop it, will you?
Suddenly being reminded of my ex-boyfriend is embarrassingly awkward. Why bring up Nick all of a sudden? As I puzzled over this, she mentioned, he's back, came back last week.
What?
He's working at the headquarters here now. I ran into him at the station. He was asking about you. What? Nick said his contact hasn't changed. Why don't you give him a call? With a grin, my sister seemed interested, but I was more caught up in the current whereabouts of Nick. Our young love ended because we couldn't handle a long-distance relationship when he was assigned overseas. I had carried feelings for him for years. Now adults, the urge to talk to him again pushed me to glance at the smartphone on the table. I guess it's time for me to head home.
Yeah. You got this, Michelle.
Sensing the mood, my sister waved goodbye with a smile and left. As the door closed with a thud, I searched for a familiar name on my phone, my heart racing. Taking a deep breath, I dialed the number of someone I hadn't called in years.